Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Hey guys, 3D Crypto here. Hope everyone's doing well. And guys, in my last video, I spoke about the launch of the new Drip network platform on the Binance Smart Chain. And as I was speaking about it, it was literally just the launch. So obviously the dust has now settled. It's been about 12 hours since it launched. And obviously this is just an update video regarding Drip, a refresh on how to get into Drip and basically the mechanics behind it. A lot of people reached out to me. They were just waiting until the contract launched, the native exchange launched, when the dust settled, and then they wanted to jump in because obviously on a big project like this, when it launches, there can be bugs, there can be delays. So they just wanted to kind of just wait, have a look on the sidelines, see how it's all going, and then jump in. So since then, the platform is now fully operational. The native exchange swap is also fully functional, and the Drip network is working perfectly. So I'm going to head on over to the Drip network, and this is the main page. You will see the website address is drip.community. It runs on the Binance Smart Chain, so you need a wallet to interact on the Binance Smart Chain, the same way you'd use TronLink wallet to interact on the Tron network, or you would use MetaMask for Ethereum. You can use MetaMask on the Binance Smart Chain. There's just some kind of few settings you have to adjust. It takes literally a few seconds. I will leave a link to set up MetaMask to interact with the Binance Smart Chain down below. It's pretty straightforward, and then once you've done that, you can then connect to the Drip network. So you need the MetaMask wallet and you need the Drip community website. And what we're going to look at firstly is Faucet. So Faucet is the certificate of deposit on the Drip network, and what this does is it pays out 365% off your deposit. So whatever you've deposited, 365% of that at a rate of 1% daily. So let me kind of refresh that. So it's whatever your deposit is. So this can, if there's ever updates, so this gets bigger, it can only get bigger. So your deposit, any drip you put in here, is locked into the contract and sent to a burn address. So the amount you deposited can't go down, it can only go up. So once you've deposited this number, whatever it is in the future, whatever it is, you would get 365% of that, which reflects in your max payout. That's your max payout. So once your claimed reaches max payout, the game freezes for you, and then you've got to deposit in fresh drip. Now, you've got your max payout. You can't withdraw your max payout all in one go. You can get it at a rate of 1% a day, and that becomes in towards your available. Now, your available, you can let it build up and then claim all together. You can claim daily. But to make this very, very powerful, what you need to do is compound, or in this case, hyper compound, or recompound, or in the terms of the website, they use the word hydrate, but it's just a nice word, a nice themed word for compound, because obviously this is all based on the water theme. So you've got drip, faucet, fountain, reservoir, hydrate. So if you roll or hydrate, what happens is your available drip, so down I've got one available drip, this will transfer over to your deposit. Your deposit will increase by whatever was your available. Your max payout will increase in kind, and then your 1% daily will increase in kind as well. So that is kind of the best way to play the game. It's just to build your position in drip as big as possible. Now, there's a few ways to get drip. So the first way is if you were part of the private sale or the pre-sale, you would have been given drip. So you would have sent BNB to a whitelisted address, and then you would have been given BNB, given that BNB and got drip in return as a private sale and a pre-sale, and that should have been distributed to you by now. Now, if you haven't, which the majority of people that are sitting on the sidelines waiting to get in, what you need to do is purchase drip from the swap. The swap is also called a fountain. This is where you go ahead and purchase drip tokens. So you can see the drip token price is roughly about $6.98 or 0.014 BNB. Obviously, BNB has decreased in value over the last 24 hours. So what we look at is BNB price rather than dollar price, because obviously if you get 0.014 BNB and then BNB price goes up to 600, your USDT value will also increase. Now, there's a few things you need to do to go ahead and buy drip. So the first thing you need to do is make sure the approved drip toggle is turned on and it's blue. Then you can go ahead and enter how much BNB you want to put in. For example, if you want to put in, say, 1 BNB will yield you 67 drip. Underneath it, it says minimum receive 65. Now, why is that slightly different from the 67? Purely down to slippage. It's because there's so much price volatility at the moment that there's always a slippage factor. So by the time you conduct that transaction, price may have changed, but it's telling you the minimum you're going to get is 65 drip, but you're estimating to receive in the region of 67. Now, what you can do is you can alter your slippage. So if there's a lot of liquidity and transactions are going through fine, you can drop your slippage down to 1%. And there you see your estimate is 67 and the minimum is also 67. So what you are shown as estimated to receive, most likely you're going to get that as your minimum. If the volatility is even higher, then you may need to increase slippage to even up to 5% and further. But then obviously, the more your slippage, the more the minimum and the estimate differs. Same goes for sales, guys. So if you want to go ahead and sell drip, let's say I've got 200 drip down here. 200 drip will yield me 2 BNB, 2.6 BNB, but the minimum is 2.5. And obviously, if I want to increase slippage or decrease slippage, the estimates and everything change at the same time. So once you've got your drip, so once you've purchased some drip, let's say you've purchased 1 BNB's worth of drip, it will go to your drip wallet, which is down here. I will leave the contract address and everything down below. And you have your drip. Now you can start entering into faucet. So to enter into faucet, there's a few steps that you need to do. So let me just refresh this page and show you what it will look like for you guys. So once you've connected your wallet, everything will be kind of zeroed out because you haven't started yet. What you need to do is go down here where it says buddy address, and you need to put an address in there. I will leave my address, the 3D crypto team address, down below. You put the address in this section, you hit update, and then after a few seconds, MetaMask will confirm the transaction. Once everything is confirmed, you will see under current buddy, the address that you put in will now be in there, and the box to enter a new buddy has gone. So now you have a buddy, you're linked to a team. So in this case, you'll be linked to the 3D crypto team. More into teams in a second, but just showing you what to do next. So next you need to do is deposit some drip. So you can see there my drip balance is 200. So for example, I want to deposit 50 drip. I will type in 50 and press deposit. MetaMask will ask to confirm the transaction. It will say, look, you need some BNB to cover gas transaction fees. You press confirm. It will take a few seconds because obviously the BNB network is lightning quick, much quicker than Ethereum. And you will see that the 50 drip that you put in will reflect on the deposit. Bear in mind, deposit successful. Bear in mind, there is a 10% transaction on deposits. So if you put 50 in there, 10% of that will be taken out. So 5 BNB will be taken out and your deposits will increase. If you have any available drip when you do a new deposit, that available drip will also get added to your deposit. So bear that in mind. So if you've got some available and then you go ahead and deposit, it will go into your deposited amount along with your fresh deposit. So your available drip will roll into your deposit as well as your fresh deposit. And now you can see, guys, my deposit is over 200. My max payout of 365% is 736. So now I'm getting 1% of my deposit every day. So 1% of 200 is 2. So at the current price of drip, it's about $7. So I'm getting $14 a day just from this deposit. And your claimed amount is 1.040. And obviously, as long as your claimed amount doesn't exceed your max payout, the game continues. Once your claimed and max payout are parallel, as in they're both in sync, equal numbers, the game freezes, and then what you need to do is go ahead and add some fresh drip. So guys, that's how to get into drip. Now let's talk a bit more about the mechanics. So where do these rewards come from? So these rewards come from the 10% transaction tax. So there's a 10% tax on all transactions of drip. So that's buys, sells, claims, rolls. So whatever you do, there is a 10% tax apart from in one place, and that is the swap. So when you buy drip, this is the only place that you will not be hit with that 10% transaction tax. You can buy drip of other platforms and other exchanges like PancakeSwap, but bear in mind on buys and sells on PancakeSwap, you will be hit with a 10% tax. Swap or the fountain is the only place where you will not be hit with that 10% tax when you buy. Now, all of these taxes, where do they go? Those taxes all get collated together into a vault, into a pool, and that tax is what makes these rewards. So those taxes all together make the drip that pays out these rewards. Now, there may come a time when there's not a lot of transactions going on because for whatever reason, and there's not enough drip available in the transaction fee pool to pay out available rewards. That's when the drip contract will mint drip. So it doesn't mint drip all the time. A lot of people have said to me this is very similar to Bankroll Flow on the Tron network. It is similar in certain aspects, but the main aspect that is the differentiator is the drip does not mint. So the faucet doesn't mint drip as on every single claim. It's only when it's needed, only when the transaction fee pool is low and all the taxes that I've collected, there's not enough to fulfill and supply everyone. That's when it will mint drip. The odds of that happening are very low because obviously the devs for this have scaled out the project 5, 7, 10 years down the line, and they've seen a 10% transaction tax should ensure that drip is, if it ever is minted, it's only minted for a very short period of time and only a small amount of drip is ever minted. So if we go and have a look at the statistics for the network, you can see we've got over 1,100 players, which at the moment is nothing. At the moment is a very, very small number of people we have in this, because obviously it's only launched, it's been about 12, maybe 13 hours since the launch of the swap exchange and the actual faucet network and the drip contract. So we've got a lot of potential to grow. We've got the total supply of drip at the moment because no other drip has been minted. So the 10 million supply is only what's around at the moment. And from there, we also have the reservoir. So people have asked me, what is the reservoir? The reservoir is basically where you become a liquidity provider. So you can go down here and put in, for example, 10 BNB, which will give you 3.2876 drops, and that will give you a percentage of the staking pool. And obviously, when any buys and sells happen through yield farming, you will go ahead and get rewarded in BNB. I'll get more into the reservoir in the future, but it's more for if someone's a larger player. If you've got a lot of BNB, you're going to be a liquidity provider. That's where you would go ahead and deposit BNB and then get BNB rewarded back to you as well. So if you're going to go in there with like half in BNB, it's not really worth it because your percentage of the stake pool isn't going to be as large. What you need to do is have a large value of the stake pool. So obviously you can see the contract balance is 198 BNB. So if you went in with say 1 BNB, you're not going to have a large portion of the dividend pool. If you want to have a large portion of the dividend pool, the minimum you should get into the reservoir is maybe 10 BNB. I would personally say the best platform to get into is the faucet. The faucet is the one that gives you your 1% daily drip guaranteed. Now, when we get to teams, first of all, once you are in drip, you will be given a referral link. So you can copy that referral link and give it to other people, and they can come in underneath you. You can build your own team and get rewarded. Rewards are directly applied to deposits. And then once you have a team underneath you, you can do airdrops. So you can basically go ahead and do an airdrop of, say, look, reward budgets to all matching players. and make sure they've got like a minimum of 10 drip, and you can do like a budget of say 10 drip, and then you can run a campaign. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah, because obviously the team depth 1 drip. If I run this, yeah, as I said, there are still some UI bugs that will be eventually ironed out, but this will all it will all make sense soon enough. So at the moment, the main thing is just get into Faucet, get into the platform, and then obviously there's also a network light paper which explains the whole network. As I mentioned, it's the Faucet contract is 1% daily, 365% ROI. You can compound, which is the best strategy. There is a buddy reward system. Obviously, to get buddy rewards and have access to your downlines, you need to hold the BREEP token. The BREEP token, I will leave the BREEP token address down below as well. And depending on how much BREEP you hold in your wallet, you unlock downlines. So if you had 2 BREEP in your wallet, you would get access to your directs. If you had 3, you would get access to 2 down, and it goes all the way down to 15 levels. There's obviously a whale tax. Obviously, no one's going to be near the whale tax, but it starts at 1 million drip. So if you've got 1 million drip, then you start getting taxed over 1 million. Then there's more information about the reservoir. But as I said, I will get into the reservoir in a future video. But the main thing I want to take away from this and let you guys know is the power of compound interest. So just for that, I'm going to give you guys a quick demonstration, because obviously we are in a situation at the moment where crypto's taking a little bit of a dip. So these contracts thrive on the bear market because they carry on paying 1% daily no matter what. And then during that period, you're not concerned with price. All you're concerned about is building your position. So when the bull market does return, even if you claim a small fraction of your account, you're in a very, very good position. And let me just show you quickly the power of compound interest. If I go to Google and type in the compound calculator and go to daily compounding, and I'll just use my account as a example. So ignore the dollar value. I'm going to go with drip, number of drips. So my number of drip down here is 201. So that's my number of drip, 201. The daily interest rate is 1%. We're going to run this for 365 days. And I want to be compounding every single day. Every single day. So let this all compound. So this will show you that my starting value was 201. My investment value will be 7,594 drip, which the total interest, so the total I've earned is 7,393. That's a year from now. So let's look more short term. Let's look in 30 days time. Actually, let's look at 60 days time. In 60 days time, so it's at the days April the 23rd, on June 23rd, my account on the 23rd of June is going to be worth 368 drip, and I'm going to be earning 3.65 drip a day. 3.65 drip a day. So at the current price, if I was to sell 3.65 drip a day, that would give me 0.04 BNB. 0.04 BNB. So if you look at the prices, the dollar price, $6.87. So $6.87 times, where will we, on day 60, 3.62. 3.62. So that's, just from that, that's $24 a day. That's if drip value doesn't go up, and drip price will go up. We all know the price, starting price was $3.50. We've already 2x'd from there. And then if we scale it up to say, let's say after 100 days where we're at. So after the first 100 days, 543 is the total value of the account in drip. I'm getting 5.38 drip a day. So we can do the maths again. 5.38 drip. And there you go, $36 a day. But obviously with compound interest, the beauty of it is when you hit 365 days. So on day 365, you've compounded. Your account now is worth 7,594 drip. So let's just see what the account's worth at the current value, 7,594. So your account is now worth, wow, $52,170. And every day you are earning 75 drip. So if you just do nothing and just compound for a year, that's $500 every single day. And that's based on everything staying the same. That's based on the drip price not changing, the BNB price not changing. That's just based on where we're at now. So as I said, we did start at $3.50 and now we're at $6.87, even though BNB has slightly dipped and BNB has decreased in price. So guys, that is it for drip. I hope it's explained a little bit better now, now that the dust is settled and everything has kind of calmed down a little bit and people know what exactly is going on. There are still some bugs in the UI, like I mentioned with the team airdrop function, and obviously down there are things that need to be cleaned up in the UI. Like yesterday down here it was written a minimum of 1 drip is required for deposit, but now that has been updated to 10 to reflect what it should be. So there will be little kind of refinements to the UI all the time, but in terms of the contract is completely finished. It is working as it should. So let me quickly go through the steps for you guys again. For you guys, you will see it like this the first time when you come into the drip contract, into the faucet side. Enter a buddy address. I will leave my buddy link down below. So if you join the 3D crypto team, you will be part of the team and you'll be eligible for exclusive support and for exclusive airdrops. So once you put the address in, hit update. Once you've hit update, you will be connected, and once you're connected, your buddy address or my buddy address will show down here and you'll be part of the team, and you go ahead and deposit a minimum of 10 drip. And once you've deposited that minimum, you hit deposit. MetaMask will ask you to confirm everything. You will press confirm. It will go back to the faucet. It will take a couple of seconds for everything to update. Your drip balance will decrease by 10, and then your deposit will increase by 10, less the 10% tax. So it will be, so instead of 201, instead of 10 going here, I'll have 9 coming in there. So this deposit should jump up to 210. Yep, there you go. It's jumped up to 210. My max payout has increased as well, and my available has zeroed out again because obviously it's rolled in my unclaimed divs back into my deposit, and now I've got 210 deposited, so I'm earning 2.1 drip a day. So guys, that is it for faucet. That is it for drip. If you have any questions or comments, please do leave them down below. I'll be happy to answer. I will also leave some links down below for the drip Telegram chat, so you guys can go into there. If you have any questions, you'll get some answers from the dev team for drip, as well as other people in the drip community. I will leave all the links down below on how to get in. I'll leave my buddy address down below I'll leave the step-by-step directions about how to get in. If you've got any questions or comments about drip, please do leave them down below. If you've got any questions about strategy or basically what you're planning to do with drip, please do leave that down below. If you enjoyed this video, you found it informative, and you're looking forward to more content like this, please do hit that thumbs up like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified of my latest content. Drip, as I said guys, has just launched. It's been less than 24 hours, so now is the perfect time to get in because that drip price can go up. We've seen in the drip Telegram chat there has been price speculation and people have said that we've 2x, 3x, and the consensus is this is going to go higher. So this could be a potential 5x or a 10x just because of the way the tokenomics work. And this isn't a token that just can be minted on demand. It will only be minted when needed. And the tax is the sustainability feature. So there should be longevity. The devs, as I said, have scaled out this project in a testnet. And they've scaled it out not for a few months or a few weeks or not even a year. They've scaled this out for 5, 6, 7, 10 years. And they've come to the conclusion that the 10% tax is the sweet spot, which is a perfect balance of great gains, sustainability, longevity, and a stable and increasing drip price through the tokenomics of supply and demand. So guys, that is it for drip. As I mentioned, you can buy drip on other places like PancakeSwap, but it's best to use the native exchange on drip because you won't pay the 10% transaction tax. Guys, if you have any questions or comments for me personally, please leave them down below or hit me up on any of my social media channels or send me an email. And as I always say, you work hard for your crypto, make your crypto work hard for you. Until my next video, take care.